Hey besties, welcome back to another day in my life as a pregnant stay-at-home mama, 5 boys going on 6. Let's go. First I had dropped my 4-year-old off at pre-K before I head over to chaperone my oldest 2 boys field trip at the Science Museum. I'm so glad their school chose the Science Museum because my boys love them some science. And one thing about me, I'm going to try to make sure I show up for everything. Field trips, award ceremonies, talent shows, sports, plays, whatever they decide to do, mama is going to be there. I believe it's very important to be intentional about showing up for your children. Because when my babies realized I was going to be a part of the field trip, they were so excited and didn't leave my side. They wanted me to meet all of their friends and, of course, tell everyone about the baby. And one thing I also noticed was that with very few chaperones, a lot of the children who didn't have their parents there did not have much of the same experience as the children who did have their parents there. Just another reason I believe why showing up for your kids is so important. And another reason why I am so grateful that my husband and the Most High allows me to be a stay-at-home mom. Now, if you made it this far into the video, you can clearly see that my boys are having a blast. Although all that walking around had me tired and in pain because baby Kai is so heavy, y'all, I still really enjoyed watching my boys have such a good time and having fun with their friends. And this museum is definitely a 10 out of 10. There was so much to do and so many different places to explore. The boys were able to ice skate, see different animals, visit the rainforest, go to the aquarium, and so much more. But I believe their favorite part was building these rocket ships and then being able to fly them. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty cool. And by this time, I was starving, so I allowed the boys to eat lunch with their friends, and I went and got me some lunch of my own. Lunch was a 5 out of 10, to be honest. But after that, we went into this big theater that had a big dome, and this experience was actually very cool as well. But the downside of this was the hike I had to take up all those steps after this was over. Yeah, your girl was tired. After taking those flight of steps, I called my husband to be on the way because, baby, I was ready to sit down. I allowed the boys to do a few more things before we sat down for a science show. And it was very nice and refreshing to see a black scientist because I know it inspired my oldest son, who also wants to be a scientist. And my boys really enjoyed the show. And I'm not gonna lie, I did too. I actually learned a thing or two. But the science experiments was definitely a great way to end our trip. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.